Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be going over some very interesting gaming news. So this is coming from PlayStation Universe, and the headline reads, Games industry won't have room for more than 2 major consoles for next gen. One of them clearly being Nintendo, says DFC Intelligence. DFC Intelligence has claimed that the next generation of hardware is likely to feature only 2 successful video game consoles, with one of them clearly being a Nintendo platform. Speaking in its annual market report and forecast, the market research company expects record growth for the games industry in 2025 due to Nintendo's next console and the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. This follows a period of major decline during the pandemic. Furthermore, the DFC Intelligence report states that the number of consumers who play video games will eclipse the 4 billion mark by 2027, which equates to nearly half of the global population. Nintendo will be the clear winner in the next line of hardware, which it attributes to earlier availability and reduced competition. However, it added that there's only room for one other successful console beyond Nintendo Switch 2, and feels that the PS6 should have an advantage due to Sony's fan base and strong catalog of IP. Quote, there isn't room for more than 2 major console systems. Sony or Microsoft will struggle mightily in a distant third place, largely depending on which of those companies can gain early momentum. A new Sony system should have an advantage because of loyal base and strong Sony IP. Microsoft failed with Xbox Series X and S, but has made major acquisitions to become world's largest software publisher. Microsoft has the option of focusing on software and distribution models over hardware, unquote. So yeah, guys, I thought this was very interesting because this group, DFC Intelligence, is coming out and saying that when it comes to the next generation of consoles, there's only room for 2 out of the big 3 to be very successful between Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony. And they're saying that obviously number 1 is going to be Nintendo, and they're probably right because we're getting the Nintendo Switch 2 or whatever they're going to call it next year, or it's going to be revealed next year, and that's going to be a huge system seller because I think the Switch currently has outsold the PS2 or something like that. Like, it's one of the most successful consoles ever made. So yeah, the Switch 2 is going to be a major player when it comes to the next generation. And yeah, I mean, they're also saying that the other successful console is going to be most likely Sony and not Microsoft because of Sony's fan base that they have already established and the IP that they've already established over the past couple generations. And yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I'm not trying to start some fanboy Microsoft versus Sony. I'm not into that at all. If you like gaming on Xbox, that's totally cool. I don't care. But yeah, if you just use common sense, Microsoft has been coming out pretty recently and saying that it's going to be very rare when a game comes out from Microsoft and it stays an exclusive to the Microsoft platform. So basically they're saying without saying that at some point, all of their games that are coming out from Microsoft, at some point in time, they will be releasing on the PlayStation. I don't know about the Switch, but we do know for sure that PlayStation will have a lot of Xbox games for several years to come and leading into the next generation. So yeah, I mean, and also the higher ups at Microsoft and Xbox have literally said that basically they've given up on the console race because they know that Sony has already won. So that's why they went and acquired Activision Blizzard, and that's why their main focus is also Game Pass, because Microsoft themselves do not care about the console. They've already given up on this generation, and there's no point to double down and try and get back into the console race when they're clearly in third place heading into the next generation because they don't stand a chance. So they have to double down on their acquisitions, mainly Activision Blizzard and Game Pass, because if it was up to Microsoft, Game Pass would be on PlayStation right now and on Steam, and well, I think it already is on Steam, but it would definitely be on PlayStation. You know, so I mean, reading through this, nothing here is too mind-blowing that this DFC Intelligence group is saying that it's going to be Nintendo number 1 and most likely Sony number 2, and that there's not room for a third successful console. I'm assuming we are going to get a next generation Xbox home console. We do know they are going to at the very least make their own standalone like handheld, like a Steam Deck or something like that. And obviously we know Sony is currently in the works of that as well. So I really feel like next generation is going to be the big step when we kind of pivot from just traditional home consoles towards like Steam Deck devices that you can carry in your pocket or take on the go. So yeah, guys, I thought this was very interesting. I'm going to be very interested to see what you guys think down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this DFC intelligence group coming out and saying that when it comes to the next generation of consoles, there's only going to be room for 2. And also let me know your thoughts on them basically saying as of right now it's going to be Nintendo and PlayStation, and Microsoft is going to fall by the wayside. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it or found it informative, hit the like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Until next time, guys, take care.